It's the first stop for many who have broken the law in Virginia Beach, but the beach jail is also the largest mental health provider in the state.
Of the 1,400 inmates there, the sheriff's office says some 450, or about 1/3, have some kind of mental health condition, and the sheriff says his facility has reached the breaking point. Tonight, a plea to lawmakers to fix what he calls a broken system. Society often sees the scene of the crime, the victims of violence, and the perp walks that lead to confinement. But what happens afterwards? Joseph Sisson was booked into the Virginia Beach Correctional Center on November 20th on 4 misdemeanor charges resulting from a confrontation at a mental health facility. He had pre-existing medical and mental health conditions.
He'd never been arrested in his entire life up to this time, and led a productive life. And it's a shame that that's the way he has to pass away in a jail.
The sheriff's office says Sisson was found dead in his cell January 8th, just 9 minutes after a deputy checked on him. It prompted this blistering statement from Sheriff Ken Stolley. Unfortunately, Virginia's mental health system is broken and ill-equipped to help all those who need it. Until jails like ours are no longer the primary mental health providers for the community, we will continue to see tragedies like this occur. Inmates with mental illness who fall through the cracks of an overburdened system. Since you've been sheriff, how bad has it gotten?
It's doubled. The problem's doubled. I had about 225, now I have about 450.
That's about 1/3 of the jail population, double the state average, and they keep coming back. The recidivism rate for inmates with a mental illness is more than 90% in Virginia Beach. And when do you reach a point where it's not sustainable anymore?
It's not sustainable now.
I would give anything I can think of, anything I had or could have, if I could change time, but I can't. You know, my son's gone.
Gus Deeds had been diagnosed as bipolar in 2011 and took his own life 2 years later after stabbing his father. Since then, State Senator Cree Deeds formed a subcommittee known as the Deeds Commission to seek more funds for those on the front lines of the fight for mental health, from police crisis intervention teams to community service boards.
That's why I'm confident that if we can find ways to provide services in the community, we can save money throughout the process.
Deeds also says expanding Medicaid would open treatment to some 60,000 Virginians with serious mental illness. Whatever the source, mental health advocates say it's money well spent.
That funding will all pay for itself in the positive outcome for these individuals who are living with a mental illness.
But until then, those who walk the walk behind the confines of incarceration are left with a growing obligation.
I'm the largest health care provider in Virginia right now, and I don't have any experience in that.
And there is a Senate bill working its way through committee in Richmond that would require local community service boards to provide mental health treatment in jails, with a similar bill in the House. Sheriff Stolley calls these developments common sense solutions to one of Virginia's most pressing mental health problems. We also have a letter addressed to Sheriff Stolley from the family of Joseph Sisson Jr., the man who died last month. They share Stolley's concerns about Virginia's mental health system. You could read that letter for yourself on wavy.com.